Let's now shift our focus to West Asia, where in the early hours of Monday, the skies around Beirut's international airport witnessed massive explosions.
It's for Noor. It's for Noor. It's for Noor back.
Like you just saw, the area near Beirut's international airport was engulfed in thick smoke amid large explosions. As per reports, the Israeli military unleashed a barrage of rockets across Lebanon, targeting what it claimed were Hezbollah strongholds, with a focus on the infrastructure of Hezbollah's financial backbone, the Al-Qard al-Hassan, that reportedly allows the group to manage its finances discreetly. In fact, reports say the bank has over 30 branches, including over a dozen in densely populated parts of Beirut. According to reports, the IDF has said that it was targeting the bank's branches to prevent funding to Iran-backed groups. Reports also say a number of Al-Qard al-Hassan branches were hit by Israeli strikes. These visuals reportedly show an Israeli strike hitting the Bekaa branch of Al-Qard al-Hassan. Take a look. The visuals on your screen now showing you the aftermath of the Israeli strikes at one of the bank's branches in Beirut's southern suburbs. An Israeli airstrike on a bank branch in Zahrani, a town in southern Lebanon, reportedly not only damaged the bank but impacted the nearby areas around it as well. A local shop owner named Ahmad has said that he lost everything. His store, his livelihood, wiped out overnight.
Our stores are here. Our store and our livelihood are gone. This neighborhood is all civilian with nothing here or there. They hit it last night. Our store is right there and everything is gone. It's a residential neighborhood. What else am I supposed to tell you?
But you see, Israel's strikes were not just limited to Hezbollah's banking institutions. These are the visuals from southern Beirut, reportedly following an Israeli strike. Thick plumes of smoke could be seen rising from the rubble as debris littered the streets. As per reports, the Israeli military had warned civilians to evacuate, claiming they would be targeting Hezbollah infrastructure.
We will attack a large number of targets in the coming hours and further targets during the night. In coming days, we will also expose how Iran has financed the terror activities of Hezbollah and used civil financial institutions, associations and NGOs as cover for their terror operations. We will attack them during the night and we will update in due course on the outcome in coming days.
What really are we looking at here? What is the strategy here? As per reports, the strikes by Israel at Al-Qard al-Hassan branches were also aimed at ensuring that Hezbollah are weakened and find it difficult to rebuild and rearm. But as the dust settles, it has emerged that Israel's strike not just hit Hezbollah infrastructure, but also residential and commercial buildings across Lebanon. Also, interestingly, the strikes by Israel happened even as the U.S. envoy held talks with Lebanese officials in Beirut on conditions for a ceasefire between Israel and Lebanon.
Well, the United States wants to end this conflict as soon as possible. That's what President Biden wants. That's what we all are working towards. And what I just said, what we're working with the government of Lebanon, the state of Lebanon, as well as the government of Israel, is to get to a formula that brings an end to this conflict once and for all.
As per reports, Hezbollah condemned what it called the Israeli aggression and in response fired rockets towards northern Israel, targeting 3 Israeli military bases in northern Israel, Haifa, Safed and Tiberias. According to reports, Hezbollah said it targeted an Israeli military base south of Haifa with Fadi-1 missiles. Reports also saying that 2 rockets hit Haifa while 5 hit Tiberias. Meanwhile, the Israel army said that at least 160 rockets were fired from Lebanon on Sunday, and the rockets hit areas in Israel's northern parts, especially near the border with Lebanon. As the situation in Lebanon continues to be dire, the fighting in Gaza continues. As per reports, an Israeli colonel, commander of the 401st Brigade, was killed during combat in northern Gaza. 3 other officers were also reportedly injured in the same attack. Reports say they had been observing Jabalia's densely populated refugee camp that has been under siege reportedly for weeks when an explosive device struck them.
Today, during an encounter in northern Gaza in the Jabalia area, the commander of the 401st Brigade, Colonel Ahsan Raksa, fell in combat. During the same incident, a battalion commander was seriously injured and 2 additional officers were lightly injured. The commanders were in the field in tanks, exited to observe the area and were struck by an explosive while outside the tank.
Meanwhile, in Jabalia, reportedly Israeli forces blew up homes as well as schools and shelters for displaced people on Monday and also reportedly told people to flee. According to reports, Palestinian health officials said 18 people had been killed in Israeli strikes in Jabalia and 8 across various parts in Gaza. Meanwhile, the UN's Human Rights Office has reportedly expressed concern over Israeli military's actions, saying it is causing the destruction of the Palestinian population through death and displacement. Reports say over 42,000 Palestinians have died since the war broke out in October last year. As the war across Lebanon and Gaza rages on, the future of West Asia remains uncertain and grim, and an end to the cycle of violence and destruction remains unclear. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.